goodness. YouTube's done it again. They changed their mobile app and the live start options again. Because, of course they did. Why wouldn't they? You know? Wow. Wow. I know, Lola. I know. It's hard to be you. I'm sorry for my dogs. Lola, come and sit down then. Or lay down there. Hi, precious. Want to come up? There you go. You guys get to look at a dog butt. Aren't you so happy? Hey, it's Trekyards. So yeah, welcome back, guys. It's been a while since I've done a live. So much so that somebody even pointed out to me tonight, are live things not a thing anymore? No, they're still a thing. I've just been doing other things in my evenings. I think I'm allowed to maybe do that. But I was thinking earlier tonight, maybe I should do a live. So here I am. Oh, Dot. Oh, Dot. You silly little dog. Anyway, sorry. I was just thinking about things. But yes, Trekyards is right. Hit the like button, guys, if you're just joining me. Also, if not a subscriber, why not? It's so good. Is it good, though? Is it really good? I don't know. You guys have a dot looking at you. Hold on, I gotta go close the door. Because my son's an idiot. This is indeed the way of things. All right, so who's here? Check in. Drop a name. Let me know you're watching. No, Trekyards here. He's the only one that's commented. But I would like to see what you guys are up to. We have Lower Decks returning on the 24th of October, which means we'll be busy over on Trekyards. So if you're not subscribed over there, why not? Go do so. I feel like I need to adjust this a tad so that you guys can see Lola. There. Don't chew on the pillow. What is that all about? You're not a chewer. What are you doing? Anyway, so yeah, we'll be back to work doing Lower Decks type things, reviewing the show on Thursday nights, because it will air Thursday. On Thursday night, I will be doing well, actually, I think it actually goes live on Wednesday night, but on Thursday, we'll be doing a live first reaction to it, and then we will, of course, get into the complete breakdown and stuff on Fridays. So Yay, alive. I was bored watching Disney. How can you be bored watching Disney, man? Disney's got so much great stuff now. Well, thank you for tuning in to my live. I appreciate it, for sure. I do apologize for my dog. I really do. Hold on, I should probably adjust that a bit. Is it better or worse? I think that's better, but it looks worse to me from my angle of the camera, but it probably looks better to you guys. Doesn't matter. You know what? Doesn't matter. Puggo stealing the show. Yeah, she tends to do that. She's a cutie pie, this one. But anyway, so yeah, and not tomorrow, Friday, there is a new episode of Shelf by Shelf. We're almost done this first shelf in the library here. It'll be chapter 5, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll probably be filming number 6 very, very, very soon, and then we can move on to the other shelves in the room, start to drift over this way. So, hope you guys are looking forward to that, because I am. It's actually been great kind of catching up on what I actually have on the shelves, and I know people have been asking about the Shelf by Shelf series, so it's not gone anywhere. It's not like it has to come back, because it never went anywhere, but you know, it is what it is. I watched too much that I know that I now just wait for new stuff, and it's slow. Oh, if you watch all the stuff that they have, I mean, that's pretty crazy. Trek or not, need to get yourself that Orville book, Cap. Matt did a sick job on the cutaway. Yeah, I do. I haven't seen it anywhere, and I didn't pre-order it or anything. I've got a little bit tight on cash this month. Just got the Tomy refit. Just got, well, I paid for that a while ago. The other thing, I have a HasLab G.I. Joe helicopter, the Dragonfly, coming soon, which was ordered like a year and a half ago through their HasLab thing, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, this month was just a little bit slow in the cash flow area, because when we were away at Vegas and weren't doing as many lives or as much content, it kind of kicked us in the balls a little bit. So, oh, there's way too much in there now. This fucking thing, I tell you what. Bear with me a moment. Starting to sell out in the UK. Matt says it's a full moon here. It's not a full moon here until tomorrow night. I can tell because everybody that I know is acting entirely insane. So, a few issues on the Trekyards Facebook front, if you will. Yeah, I don't know. That's better, maybe. Anyway, cool T-shirt. My wallet has moths. Yeah, conventions are flipping expensive. Dublin doing the Starship Troopers cast emptied me. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's one of those things, right? So, anywho's. So how is everybody? It's been a while since I've checked in. The person that even asked me if I was doing a live isn't even here, so I don't know what to tell you. It's one of those things. 13 people here and only 3 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Give me a like. Are you comfortable? She's on a pillow, so it looks like she's uncomfortable, but she's actually really not. I look away and she starts panting. Anyway, that's a cool Titanic split in half miniature. Yes, yes it is. That's my Titanic, well, one of my Titanic shelves. Almost all the books on that are Titanic. Almost. But thank you. Sorry, I'm just debating a few things in my head right now. Anyway, and yeah, this shirt is Defend Cybertron. Last Level. Which is actually a band. Met the guy 4 or 5 years ago in not Vegas, in Louisville, Kentucky at Wonderfest, and saw his shirt, and I'm like, "Ooh, I love your shirt." He's like, I have one, an extra one if you want it, and I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So yeah, it's a band. They do. I'm not exactly sure what they do, but it's a great shirt. Defend Cybertron. So. Trekyards, I will keep that in mind as I'm 1 mile from the Titanic Museum. Ooh. Titanic Museum. Awesome. Yeah, we saw Titanic, the exhibit in Vegas. It was pretty cool. Generation Productions is here. That's Dan. How's it going, Dan? How's it going down under? Have you been in the water? I love the way the Australians say water. Water. That's what makes Shark Week so great. There's a few Australians that are like talking about sharks, and they keep saying in the water. Yeah. Anyway, in regards to the full moon thing, it's actually full moon tomorrow, according to the Googles here, and people have been acting really weird. I've been in a funk for like a week, and I can't seem to shake it. Today was really bad, and even have myself a bit of a headache right now. I don't know what that's about, but I have a headache and not feeling like myself at all. So I can just tell it's almost a full moon, you know? By the way, 8 people here now and 4 likes. Hit that like button, guys. I might have fooled a bunch of people with my thumbnail thinking it was something cool about the moon. It's not. It's not at all. Anyway. Has there been an update on New Orville? Just what we heard from Scott Grimes in Vegas, that they're starting filming in January. But yeah, that's about all I know so far. So no other updates other than that. But yeah, anyhow. Out of curiosity, what's your favorite disaster movie? Not a big fan of disaster movies per se. I wouldn't even know what to say to that. Maybe Independence Day? Is that a disaster movie? I don't know. Define disaster movie. Does it have to be a natural disaster? Not a real big fan of the genre, so. Oh, look what I just found. Trekyards knows. Trekyards knows everything. Interesting. Okay, wow, that stuff needs to be organized. Dan says, well, seems like I've been in an ion storm. Shields at 50%, but other than that, the warp core is stabilized and flying on impulse. But other than that, fine. Well, I'm glad you're fine, but that all other stuff all sounds kind of awful. Opinions. Do you like me turned a little more this way so you can see the pug better? Is she entertaining? I don't know. Trekyards, kind of torn between Dante's Peak and Twister. Haven't seen Twister in ages. Don't know if I've seen Dante's Peak. Miss Captain 93, been rewatching Voyager. It's been a while. It's actually much better than I realized. Maybe because I've been really paying attention to details. I'm glad. Yeah, Voyager gets a lot of unnecessary hate, I think, and I'm not quite sure why. Voyager's a great show, so yeah, enjoy it. That's one that me and Sylvia have to rewatch. We just got through our rewatch of Deep Space Nine probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Maybe not that long, maybe longer. I don't know. Time is kind of irrelevant these days. But we've been watching Mad Men, and I think we're almost done that. So after Mad Men, we'll probably switch back to another Star Trek series again. So Patrick is here. Happy 10 years, Cap. Glad to have been here for all 10. You've been here since the beginning, man. Yeah. Hope you're feeling okay, man. Hope everything's good. Speaking of, I might as well tell everybody that's here, all 12 of you, to hit like, first of all, but also on Saturday, this Saturday coming up, we have our Trekyards 10-year anniversary for Trekyards. So join us for that. Should be a blast, and hopefully some fun will ensue, and good things will happen. So yeah, Independence Day kind of is. Or God's 6. Disaster movies make me nervous because it's really quite possible San Andreas Day After Tomorrow, Deep Impact. Oh, those are your 3 movies, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. They don't really help with anxiety if you've got anxiety to watch that kind of shit. It's one of the reasons I don't watch the news or politics or anything. I just don't care. And I got enough going on in my brain that I don't need to add to it. So, Trek or not, I had considered starting to upload shorts, but it drives my anxiety nuts for some reason. Oh man, you should do it for sure. I think you'd have some good stuff. Oh, Dante's Peak is so good, man. Worth a watch. I'll check it out. My favorite DS9 is DS9 followed by Voyager, says Trek or not. TNG is third. Nice. Then Enterprise. I keep TOS separate from rankings out of respect. Mark Lawrence just got to see season 6 of Voyager with the kids. I think we just watched Alice last night. Very good. Nice to see you, Mark. Trek or not. Hey, Mark. Alice is a cool Halloween episode. Defiant says, I'm functional. I have a Star Wars book to read. My bipolar 2 is acting within normal parameters and is allowing me to play games. That's awesome. Good to hear, man. Take care of yourself. I always worry when I see posts and stuff. So take care of yourself. I need some water. Yes, it's a Tetra Pak. Yes, it's water. It's good water too. Mineral spring water. Got this at family Thanksgiving. Went to Sylvia's uncle's place, and they had a bunch of these and a bunch of other drinks, of course. And I grabbed this one. Grabbed a few of them because the Tetra Packs are cool for water. For water. Checking out what's your go-to Halloween movie cap? 'Tis the season after all. I really like Halloween with Mike Myers or Michael Myers. The Halloween series is good. I enjoy those. I don't know if I have a go-to one necessarily. I've been thinking of starting to rewatch Stranger Things again this month, which might be a good idea. That's very Halloween-y, especially the first season. Yeah, like Michael Myers is my favorite, like horror villain, bad guy. So, Halloween series. I also really love Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp. That's one of my favorites as well. Throw out some names of horror movies and I'll let you know if I like them. We should do a horror movie like discussion live before Halloween. Might be fun. Mr. Captain 93 has a non-sci-fi question, as you should. This is my personal channel. You can ask me anything, talk about anything. It doesn't have to be Star Trek related or anything like that. So, but he says, if you could take any vacation right now, what would you take? I'd want a beach in the Caribbean or a historic European tour. Yeah, definitely an all-inclusive resort. Me and Sylvia are actually going to be going to an all-inclusive resort in either February or March for a week. And I think it's an adults only one too, so no kids or anything. And yeah, we're just going to enjoy that. So looking forward to that. I have to get my passport renewed because it actually expires in March. So I've been thinking of getting it done like before the end of November, just so it's done. So it's not like a last minute thing. But yeah, that would probably be what I'd want to do. I mean, there's lots of trips I'd like to take, but you know. Defiant said Star Wars book is High Republic Light of the Jedi. It's pretty good so far. Nice. Yeah. Actually, like I said, on this Friday is my next episode in the series Shelf by Shelf, which is going to be chapter 5, which is kind of the last of the main bulk of my Star Trek stuff. And then the following episode of Shelf by Shelf, which will be chapter 6, is in fact a bunch of Star Wars stuff. So I hope you tune in for that. I'm actually looking at the shelf right now. So, yep. Trekyards said that's some high quality H2O. Addams Family. I like the Addams Family just fine. I don't really consider it a Halloween movie. It's more of a comedy kind of movie. Ghostbusters, again, I don't consider that a Halloween movie. That's an any time of the year movie. The Mist. Never seen The Mist. What is that? There's another one about a fog that stars Colm Meaney. Not Colm Meaney, Colm Fiore. Sorry, Colm Fiore. Oh my god. Can't believe I did that. Colm Fiore. Perfect. No, it's not Perfect Storm. What is it called? God damn it. That's a really good one. Plus, I know Colm Fiore personally, so it's cool to watch that. Never seen The Mist. Defiant, Dracula 1992. Ooh. That's Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, right? Or Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Is that the one? Because that's really good. I enjoy that one. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Never heard of it. Nosferatu, 1922. Yes, I've got that one. Not the biggest fan of the silent movie genre. I mean, that's a good one to have on in the background of a Halloween party because you don't really need to listen to it. It's really great that way. So, Dracula 1931. Yeah. Halloween Town 1 through 3. I've seen the Halloween Town stuff. I enjoy it just fine, but now that I don't have kids, there's no real need to watch it. I mean, Hocus Pocus, Sylvia loves that. We watch that pretty much every year. She also loves Beetlejuice. She's not one for horror movies though, or scary movies. Uh, what is the name? There's a ghost movie starring Nicole Kidman. Um, fuck is that called now? That's a great one too. It's one of my faves, and I can't remember the name of it. I haven't watched a horror movie in a long time, man. What is that called? Horror movie. Nicole Kidman. Ghosts. I don't want to tell you the ending because it's spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it's really great. I want to say The Visitors or The Visitor, but it's not. That's not it. I got the DVD. I'd have to go take a look. Anyway, Mr. Captain 93, you just know that week you go on vacation, Strange New Worlds will start. Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100% guaranteed, without a doubt. The thought has crossed my mind, but I don't care. I need a vacation. But yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Says, hey, Cat, long time no see. Was a bit busy lately. Hey, and to be fair, I haven't done a live lately, so yeah. 12 people here, 9 likes. Hit that like button, guys, if you're enjoying just hanging out. Hit the like button. Mark Lawrence, trying to get The Haunting of Deck 12 for Halloween. It's a great episode. And that's the name of the movie. You just solved my dilemma, The Haunting. That's what it's called. With Nicole Kidman and her children living in a house. It's great. It's a great movie. It's fantastic. It's The Haunting. Thank you. Mr. Captain, Hubie Halloween on Netflix. Haven't heard of it. Identity with John Cusack. I like John Cusack. Trekyards, 13 Ghosts. No, it's not 13 Ghosts. Defiant, Hocus Pocus 1 and 2 are really good. I wasn't the biggest fan of number 2. The first one's quite enjoyable though. Sarah Jessica Parker. I'll tell you what, she's not bad to look at in that one. No, not The Sixth Sense. That doesn't star Nicole Kidman. The Others. That's it. It's not The Haunting. Although The Haunting is a good movie as well. Yes, The Others. Thank you. That is the one. Oh my God, that just lodged that loose. I love that movie. Great twist at the end too. Trekyards, Haunted Mansion, either Eddie Murphy's or the remake with DeVito. I haven't seen the remake yet. I have seen the Eddie Murphy one a few times. I enjoy it just fine. I think it's a fine movie. It gets a lot of hate, and I don't know why, but 'tis what it is. Yes, The Others. Thank you. Holy shit, Melissa's here. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, Melissa. May you live long and prosper. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Trekyards, no, I don't mean Nicole Kidman movies. Just wondering if you'd like them. Oh. Sixth Sense is fantastic. 13 Ghosts is all right. It's been a long time since I've seen that. But yes, I like The Sixth Sense. That's a great movie. But once you've watched it, 3 or 4 times, it's like, well, I know what's going to happen. I've seen all the clues. It's still pretty good. And I haven't seen that for years. That'd be probably a good one to revisit, actually. Melissa, Signs was pretty cool too. Yeah, I don't know if I'd consider that a horror movie though. Anything alien based, I don't really consider Halloweeny or horror. Yeah, I get that it's gives you an uneasy feeling kind of deal, but I don't know if I consider that horror. I never quite understood the aliens being scary at Halloween thing, but I also love War of the Worlds with Orson Welles. I can listen to that. I got the CD. I've got the vinyl of that. I love that presentation of War of the Worlds, and that was broadcast near Halloween, if I recall correctly. So yes, I kind of get it for that in a way, but I don't consider aliens very scary necessarily. So it's not really horror to me. Phantoms with Ben Affleck. I have not seen that. Generation Productions. Hey, Captain Foley. I was wondering how many times can a starship be refitted? Admiral Morrow telling Kirk she was only 20 years old since last refit and couldn't be refitted anymore. Once is probably a good number. Any more than that, it's depending on the extensiveness of the refit. I don't know. That's a very good question. Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, I used to have the complete Nightmare on Elm Street collection on DVD before my divorce. Yeah, those are pretty good. How many times can a ship be refitted? I don't know. It depends on the ship, and it depends on how extensive the overhaul is. It 1 and 2, yeah, those are good. I enjoyed those. Practical Magic is good. Don't know if I've seen Practical Magic. Hmm. The Fog with Tom Welling. Haven't seen that. Fleet Paw, $2. Fear disappears. A wild Fleet Paw is here, but we're talking about fear. Fleet Paw. We're talking about horror movies. Favorite horror movies. It wasn't my intention to do that on this live. Was planning on doing something horror movie related closer to Halloween, which I still might do. But yeah. Anyway, nobody can be afraid now because Fleet Paw is here. That's how that works, don't you know? Fleet Paw, It with Tim Curry, campy as fuck, but still crazy. Yeah, it is campy. Not scary. Practical Magic is Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock as witches. Ah, yes, I have seen that. Not scary at all, in my opinion. Defiant says, I am working on the next parts of my Trek stories. Might revisit Trauma for part 11 or my main story. I decided to make the character a relative of Captain Freeman from Lower Decks because I adore her. We met her in Vegas. She was a fantastic lady, and she really loved what we do on Trekyards. It's funny, all the Lower Decks guys, all the Lower Decks actors know who we are. It's like Mike McMahon tells them, check out Trekyards, because they all knew us. And I forget the actress's name that plays her, but yeah, Captain Freeman, we had a print of the Cerritos for her to sign, and she's like, do you have an extra one? I'd like to take one home. And we're like, sure, yeah. And she's like, would you guys like to sign it because it's your work? And we're like, you want to take home a print that we signed of your ship? And she's like, yeah. So it was a nice conversation, and we signed a print for her. It was really great. So she's got a Team Trekyards print in her possession. She's probably threw it in the garbage. I don't know, but after the Mars thing at Picard, they really had to stretch the whole recycle ship thing, a refit and recycle ship thing in Starfleet, didn't they? Oh, 100%. Yeah. They were short on Starfleet officers, and they were short on supplies and ships and that kind of stuff. So, Melissa, I like Stephen King, but I think Dreamcatcher sucked. Haven't seen that. Stephen King, I really love Christine. That's a fantastic one. The Shining, of course, is friggin' great. Cat's Eye, as weird as it is, I like Cat's Eye. A really good story. Yeah. Yeah, Stephen King's got some good ones. The books don't always translate so well to movie form, but Ginger Snaps. Oh, yes, indeed. I like Ginger Snaps. They're yummy. So's the movie, if you know what I'm saying. So yes, Dawn Lewis. Dawn Lewis just watched an episode of Sliders with her. Nice. I'll ask her about it in November. Yes, please do. Ask her about Trekyards and if she is still enjoying her print of the Cerritos. Generation Productions also question: since Excelsior class was the new ship, how come the Excelsior didn't become the Enterprise A at the end of Voyage Home? Well, it was supposed to. It was supposed to be. It was in the comics. In the comics, that's the ship that Kirk and crew got after the events of Star Trek 3. I'm glad they didn't make it the new Enterprise because I didn't like the Excelsior at the time and I would have been pissed. So I think it was just, you know what? Let's not piss anybody off. Let's give them the same ships, essentially, which might have pissed some people off, I guess. But I think it was a safer bet than giving them the Excelsior. Just because then we wouldn't have had Captain Sulu of the Excelsior or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm glad it was for the Enterprise B that they did that. Pet Cemetery or Seminary. Ah, I see what you did there. Pet Seminary. Never seen that one. I've seen Pet Cemetery, though. Salem's Lot is weird. Sinister. Haven't seen Sinister. Children of the Corn is incredibly creepy, and that's another one that I haven't seen for probably 20 years. The Frighteners. Haven't seen The Frighteners in a long time either. My God, man. I haven't watched a horror movie like deliberately on purpose for quite a while. So, wow, that's not true. Generally around Halloween, I will watch one or two like Halloween Night with Sylvia, but they're usually, like I said, Beetlejuice or something like that. I think the last one I probably watched that was kind of scary that she didn't want to watch was Sleepy Hollow, and that was probably 2 years ago that I watched that. So. But yeah, Generation Productions, if you check out the comics around that time, they actually had the Excelsior. It wasn't the Enterprise. I mean, yeah. It's all right. Anyway, going back to horror movies. Yeah, The Haunting, the original one's good. The remake I enjoy too, even though a lot of people poo-poo on the remake. House on Haunted Hill, the remake, again, I think is pretty good. I enjoy them. Those are ones that I have in my collection. I'm kind of picky about what I have in my collection to a point. There are some in there that I'm like, why do I have that? But, you know, it is what it is. Defiant says, tomorrow I should feel better since I get paid. Well, getting paid, yeah, always helps. Like I said, this has been a tight month for me as far as finances go. So kind of struggling a little bit, but hey, it is what it is. I will live and forge on. Even though, like I said, this last week, I don't know if it's the full leading up to the full moon or whatever, but I have been in a massive funk. I just don't feel myself. I've probably said that a lot on lives, and it's true. This last 2-3 years have been kind of rough. There's no points of elation, really. It's just surviving and then depression. And then surviving and depression. There's very little like, woohoo! So, yeah, I feel you on that. I don't get paid tomorrow though, so. Trekyards says The Ring. It's all right. Again, been a while since I've seen it. The Haunting of Hill House on rewatch, not as good as the first watch. I don't think I've seen the Haunting of Hill House. Mark Lawrence says, another reason I rented that vehicle for Vegas. What, to cheer me up? Did you literally do that? Because I had been watching, like prior to that, a bunch of videos about the Cybertruck on YouTube. The good and the bad. I mean, not everybody likes it. Some people adore it. It's one of those things, right? Very polarizing vehicle. I thought it was pretty great. I hated the look of it when it first came out. Thought it looked really stupid. Then I really grew to love it, and then all of a sudden, voila, we are riding around in a Cybertruck in Vegas. That was epic, Mark. That was one of the highlights of the trip for me. Absolutely, put a smile on my face for sure. So I appreciate that. Nobody really commented on it in my Vegas videos, which is surprising because I expected to get a lot of like, oh, I hate the Cybertruck. But whatever. They can hate what they hate. I don't give a shit. Thanksgiving or Woman in Black. Haven't seen either of those. Same for everyone now. It's like every penny you make, they take it. They take, as they say. Generation Productions. Yeah, I kind of know the feeling. I bet you felt like you had a run-in with the time ship and Janeway with the Year of Hell parts 1 and 2. Yeah, like Voyager, you will end up fine, Captain. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that immensely. Mark Lawrence, LOL. Even after those bad afternoons, you cheered up when we went around in it. Except for that one night we were looking for goddamn shipping rolls. I got madder and madder as the night went on until we got to White Castle. Then I felt better. But I was hungry. I was tired. Driving all over the place. Couldn't find what we were looking for. That kind of annoyed the shit out of me, Mark. And you were trying to keep things lively, chatting us up in the truck. And I was like, plus I was talking to Sylvia and she was out with her friend, and one message she sent me was kind of cryptic, and I was like, So I kind of had that on my mind for a little bit, and that got cleared up because it was just she mistyped, and that was fine. So it was a whole night that night, I'm telling you. But yes. Trek or not. Fun fact, Cybertrucks are banned in Europe as they don't meet safety standards, LOL. Oh well. Melissa Reader, $100 super chat. Funk Bunny. Oh, because I'm in a funk. Gotcha. I did get paid. Melissa just paid me. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that immensely. $100 is amazing. Thank you so much. Too bad I only get $70 of it. YouTube takes 30% right off the top. Psst. It's okay. That's awesome. That just made my night and my day. We had a live earlier today on Trekyards, and it did very well as in super chats. So thank you. That means a lot to me. Defiant. Holy hell. Melissa's good people. I like Melissa. She got me these. They're right here, Melissa. Right beside me in my library. Right here. The what is it called? The Murderbot Diaries. The complete Murderbot Diaries. She sent me this. Said she really enjoyed them and figured that me and Sylvia would enjoy them as well. So got them. Haven't read them yet, though. As you can see, I got a lot of books. I will get to these at some point, though, Melissa, and I'll let you know how they are. But yes, Melissa's fantastic. Fleet Paw, will I ever buy a Cybertruck? No, probably not. Do they look cool? They've grown on me somewhat. I hate the plain stainless steel ones, though. Well, the one we had in Vegas wasn't plain stainless steel. It was wrapped in black. It was fantastic. Fingerprints everywhere. Although I don't mind the stainless steel look, honestly. And if you like stainless steel vehicles, check out my video that I did on the Back to the Future DeLorean that my friend Owen Day has been working on for 2 years. It's on the channel from last week. There was a video on it on Wednesday, and then his complete Back to the Future collection on Friday. So if you're into Back to the Future or DeLoreans or stainless steel cars, by all means, check out that video. Nice segue, Fleet Paw. I like it. Mark Lawrence says, I've got a couple dozen standing by for the next trip. Interesting. Fleet Paw, holy smokes. Thanks so much, Melissa. Yes. Trek or not, Cybertrucks are daddy DeLoreans. Look at this pup. She's so cute. Donnie is here. Besides Lower Decks, I enjoyed Don Lewis in the Different Worlds. the 1994 animated series of Spider-Man and Kirby Buckets. Cool. Didn't know she was in those things. So there we go. Wow. Defiant says, I reinforce the fact that DS9 is the best Star Trek series because Cisco is War Daddy. Cisco's great. He's my favorite captain. And it's funny because when we were in Vegas, we did meet Ira Stephen Bear on the floor, just walking around, and we chatted with him for a good 10 minutes. He's a very nice guy. He doesn't look super approachable. He looks kind of like a gruff bastard, but we went up and said hi and introduced ourselves, and he had a really nice, genuine conversation with us, and he's such a nice guy. And Sam jumps in and says, oh, by the way, Deep Space Nine is his favorite series. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, and Cisco's my favorite captain. And Ira put his arm around me. He's like, yeah, no, I like you. I like you a lot. And Cisco is my favorite captain. Cisco is a badass, but he's a good dad. He's a good guy. And yeah, Cisco's my favorite Starfleet captain. Too bad I don't think I'll ever get a chance to meet Avery Brooks. But yeah, I love Cisco. Fleetpaw is sharing the Back to the Future collection video, and I'm sure he'll share the DeLorean interview, which was on Wednesday, the Wednesday release. So, Generation Productions question: what did the frog say coming out of the library? Yeah, I've been telling this joke since I was a kid. There's actually a complete joke where the duck which animal goes in? Buck, 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 buck. Chicken. Chicken goes across the street into the library, walks up to the librarian and says, buck. So the librarian gives him a book and he leaves. And he comes back 5 minutes later and he puts the book down and says, buck, buck. And the librarian's like, what's going? You read it that fast, huh? Okay, well, here's 2 new books. Hands him 2 books. Chicken leaves, comes back 5 minutes later, and book. It's like, holy shit! Well, you don't like these books apparently. Here's 3 more, and so the chicken goes across the street or goes out the door, and the librarian's really curious as to what the hell's going on. So the librarian goes to the front door and watches the chicken cross the street, go down the little ditch into the where the water is, holds up the book to a frog, and the frog's like, read it. That's the actual joke, which is better. Cisco's great. Yes, DeLorean replica. Thank you, Fleetpaw. There's the link. Chicken. Hello. Yep. Yeah, I love that joke. I've been telling that joke since I was a kid. That's one of my go-to jokes. So it's funny you brought that up. So, would you guys be down for a Halloween live? Not necessarily on Halloween, but in the day before or a day or 2 before. All candlelit and talking about horror stories and stuff like that. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Maybe have a jack-o'-lantern somewhere? I don't know. Let me know, because I was thinking of doing it. We should probably do one on Trekyards talking about the scariest Star Trek episodes, because there are quite a few. Impulse comes to mind, which is an Enterprise episode with zombie Vulcans. That's fucking terrifying. There are a few spooky Halloween themed Star Trek episodes. The Haunting on Deck 12 is one of them. But yes, maybe that's a live we'll do on Trekyards, but on this channel, I think we'll just talk about all things spooky, movies and shows that you think are spooky. Are you comfortable? You're not comfortable. Trekkernut's like, yes, of course. I even use capitals to emphasize. That would be fun. Spooky sounds fun, says Fleetpaw. Generation Productions, a spooky stream. Fascinating. Fleetpaw, jack-o'-lantern needs to be either a Vulcan or a Bajoran. You actually want me to carve a jack-o'-lantern? I mean, I could. I haven't done that for years, though. You see that when the kids were younger all the time. And I used to love it. I used to fucking love Halloween, okay? I used to put tombstones in the front yard. I have a full-size mummy, which I used to take immaculate care of and should actually be in this library, but it's actually outside in the shed right now. Um, really love that thing. Um, I just haven't decorated for Halloween in probably 5 or 6 years, maybe longer. I used to have like a bubbling cauldron by the front door and a whole bunch of stuff. I used to love Halloween, got really into it. And even to the point where when I was younger, I wanted to create like a haunted house, like a year-round haunted house attraction that people could go through. And, I got there's these catalogs, like binders of like props that you'd see at Spirit Halloween, like high-end props and stuff. And I ordered a few. I have like really expensive tombstones and stuff. Those are also out in the shed. And I think something happened that I just lost the desire to decorate for Halloween. I mean, having kids is fantastic and it's fun to do that kind of stuff with kids. Once the kids moved out, I kind of lost the desire to do it. And same with Christmas. I love Christmas. Always loved Christmas. My daughter Cassie loves Christmas. We watch Christmas movies together all the time. But I just don't feel like fucking decorating for Christmas anymore. And I used to put out lights outside, and now it's just like, Used to have like a 7.5 foot or an 8 foot tall like artificial Christmas tree. Now we got this small one that we put on a little table, and I've just lost the desire to do a lot of shit. And it's been getting worse and I don't know. I'm on the long road to decline. What can I say? It's fine. I'll live. But I might carve a pumpkin, sure. Maybe I should carve a pumpkin on the live as we're talking. Maybe. I don't think so. Probably not. But anyway. Mr. Captain 93, Trekyards Yards Live. Yeah. Fleet Paw. I forgot the title, but Eyes in the Dark, One Moon Circles is one. Yeah, that's I can't remember the title of that one either. There's also Schisms, which is fucking terrifying as well. With the aliens abducting the Starfleet officers, and they go into the holodeck and they have to recreate the table, and yeah. Generation Productions. Well, there was Cat's Paw, Red Jack from the TOS series. I thought were Halloween specials. Well, they didn't actually have official Halloween specials. I just mean like spookier themed. And a lot of times they didn't come out even near Halloween. So, Cat's Paw, I mean, literally has somebody say, "What, you don't know Trick or Treat?" And it's got a woman in it named Sylvia. So I mean, that's cool and sexy, Red Jack, yeah. Wolf in the Fold. Wolf in the Fold is that episode. With Jack the Ripper. I'm a huge Jack the Ripper aficionado. I used to be more of an expert on Jack the Ripper, but again, it's something I haven't studied in a while. But I got a bunch of Jack the Ripper books over there as well. Love the Jack the Ripper case. Ties in with my love of Victorian England and Sherlock Holmes and stuff like that. So, yeah, used to eat that stuff up. Mr. Captain 93, just a thought. Should be able to see Tycho City the next few nights on the full moon. It's Tycho City, Mr. Captain, not Tycon. Tycho City. And Lake Armstrong. Fleetpaw, your deterioration is continuing apace. Indeed. Trick or not, make a Christmas and Halloween parties to revigorate your interest. bring the family together. They got their own shit going on. They got significant others and extended families, and my oldest daughter Selena has 4 kids. So I mean, she's got to go do the Halloween thing, right? And she's lives about 2 hours away from me, so quite a distance. But yes, I don't know if I'll be doing that Trek or not. Melissa says the thing about decorating for Christmas and Halloween is just a drag, but it makes you glad once it's done. It does make you glad once it's done, 100%. And it is a drag to get all that shit out. It's literally dragging it out, right? It is a drag. However, you set it up, and literally like 2-3 weeks later, you take it down. Like I take my Halloween shit down the night of. After midnight, around 1 or 2 in the morning, I'll go out and pull all the stuff in because I don't want somebody stealing it or vandalizing it. It's usually up for about a week before Halloween if I do decorate. And like Christmas stuff, I used to decorate like right after Remembrance Day. Like when we had kids in the house, November 12th. I was putting up the tree, I was getting all the stuff. And that was a long time to have Christmas decorations up, but it really added to the season and the mood. Now I'm like, ugh, it's like December fucking 8th. I should probably put the tree up. And my daughter Cassie gets mad at me every time for it. She's my youngest daughter, but she's 24. So she's like, Dad, you got to get a bigger tree. I don't like this little tree. You need a bigger tree like we used to have. And you need to decorate earlier, and you need... I'm like, will you come over and help me? Yes, I'll come over and help you. And she does. She comes over and helps me decorate the tree and set stuff up, but she's always pushing me to get more Christmas decorations, and she absolutely loves Christmas, so anyway, yeah. Trek or not, I started watching Walk in the Rain videos. LOL, find them super relaxing. Walk in the Rain videos. I mean, I used to go for walks. It's another thing I haven't been doing lately. Hardly did any of that this summer. Hardly drove my Camaro this summer. I said that last year because it's exactly the same as last year. Whereas the summer before that, I was walking like 3 or 4 times a week, going for nightly walks and doing lives and stuff. Just not feeling like myself, like I said. And it's super demoralizing and it's super depressing. And the last thing I want to do is come on here and bitch about that to you guys, because you don't need to hear about what's making me depressed, because everybody's got their own shit going on. So anyhow, that's the situation. Walking in the rain videos. I didn't know those were a thing. Who the hell walks in the rain voluntarily? I'll sit out on a nice covered porch and watch a rainstorm. Love that. Thunderstorm. Beautiful. But seriously, walking in the rain? Melissa says, depressed, drink water. Depressed, drink booze. Water it is. I got water. While there's more people here, or new people at least, like I said, join us on Saturday afternoon, because we will be doing a Trekyards to celebrate our 10 years of Trekyards. We'll just be hanging out and looking back at old videos and just reminiscing about all the trips and stuff and people we've met, trips we've taken, videos we've made. It'll be a fun time. Plus, you guys get to determine how much we drink and how crazy it's going to be. So if you can make it Saturday afternoon, we'll be going for quite a few hours, probably 4 or 5. Sam probably want to do 7 or 8, and I'll be like, no, I'm too fucking old for that shit. Maybe 4. We'll see how it's going. But 10 years is a big deal. It's something really, I think it's pretty impressive to do anything for 10 years, especially something you created from scratch, and to have such a great community like you guys. So yes, if you can join us for the Trekyards special on Saturday, please do so. I'd really appreciate it personally. Even if you just show up for like an hour or 30 minutes or 5 minutes, I'd appreciate it. So there you go. Mr. Captain 93, I like the Star Trek bridge ambience videos. They are calming. Yes, I love those ones. And the warp core, the thrum of the warp core. Those are fantastic. Those sounds really... And it was at London Comic Con this year. The captain's chair makes the ambient bridge noise, right? The boom, boom. You know, it's got all the Star Trek noises going on, right? And I love the sound of a TOS bridge. For the Star Trek 25th anniversary game, they had a separate CD-ROM that had, you could walk around the bridge, TOS bridge, and had the sound effects, and I would just put that on and listen to it. And I fucking love it. I absolutely love the ambient sound of the TOS bridge. Somebody at London Comic Con said, well, that's really fucking annoying. How could you live in that environment for more than 2 minutes? It's easy. Absolutely easy. Might be annoying at first for people that aren't used to it, but it's fucking great, I gotta say. Yeah. Back when I was a teenager, I made a message for our answering machine. It's like, I forget what it was. It was incoming hail, and anyway, I was playing the ambient bridge sounds in the background, and I forget who it was. Somebody left a message, and it's like they called back because I don't know who it was either. It was just some random. They were actually girls, which is surprising, but and you could hear in the message, they're like, "Oh my god, it sounds like he was in a fishbowl." It sounds like I'm in a fishbowl because I've got the Star Trek bridge ambient noise behind me. What? Anyway, yes, I find the bridge sounds very calming. Enterprise D, all of them actually, they're all really that hum, that thrum of the engine. Like when I play Bridge Crew and in VR and have that sound, it's just like and it's like, oh, we're being attacked by Borg. It's like, shh, just tune that out. It's okay. We're getting hit, sir. The shields are down. Yeah, shh. Avoid, listen, just ignore all of the red alert sounds and the exploding and just listen to that fucking ambient sound of the Enterprise D bridge. Or the TOS bridge. It's in the game too. Actually, the Kelvin bridge, even the USS Aegis that's in that game, has a really nice bridge sound. So, anyway. Fleet Paw says, talking about it makes you feel better. Yes. Yes, it does. Trek or not, they are in beautiful places like Tokyo with the lights. Well, okay, then I see the appeal. Fleet Paw, I also need to apologize for earlier if you read it all. I think it's the weather. No, it's the full fucking moon. That's why I made this live, Fleet Paw. And yes, I did read it. There's a whole shitload of messages I got from other people about what was going on, and I'm annoyed. And then I realized, holy shit, it's a full fucking moon tomorrow. So that'll explain it. It's a situation we have to deal with, and I'm thinking of just, I don't want to talk about it on here, but anyway, yes, you're good, don't worry. Trek or not, you need a friend to come over, grab you by the scruff, and make you go do mad shit hangover style. Yeah. That would annoy me, though. I don't know. Melissa says, you've probably got another 50 years to go before you kick. The blues always passes. Thank you, Melissa. Fleet Paw, hey, we did the answering machine thing too. We used the opening thing for TNG and said, hailing frequencies open, Captain. My mom did the message and I said, hailing frequencies closed, Captain. Yeah, I forget, mine was very clever and well done. It was a captain's log. Please, we're on an away mission, blah, blah, blah. Please leave a message with our communications officer after the beep or something. I forget exactly how it went, but it was really cleverly done. And we had that for like 2 years because my parents did not leave. Can you put a message on the phone for the end? Yes. It's super easy. I'll show you how to do it. And every time over the years, I'd always get a call from my mom or dad being like, so the answer machine went out. We had to get a new one, or when it was on the phone, yeah, and they didn't have a physical answer machine that was on the phone, and we don't know how to set it. And so it'd be like, thank you, you've reached the Foleys at blah 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 blah. Please leave a message after the beep. It was either me or my brother Steve that had to leave the message for my parents, even though we hadn't been living at home for years. I don't understand old people and technology. My dad can't use an iPad to save his life. We got him an iPad thinking it was the easiest thing to do. You just touch it. And I'm like, just touch the icon. And he'd press and hold it. And then it would do the jiggle like it needs to. I'm like, no, you pressed it too much. Then he'd like tap and he would just barely touch it. So it didn't actually work. And then he would long press it, which does other things depending on what you're doing. And it's like, holy fuck, man. How do you not know how to operate a goddamn iPad? Anyway, we figured it out and got him a Chromebook. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Still doesn't know how to use anything on it, except for like YouTube and whatever. So every time we're over there, we're always like, is everything okay with it? Do you need any help with anything? Like last time I went and visited him, I had to make his mouse cursor smaller because my daughter, Selena, went and visited him like 2 weeks prior. And he's like, I'm having trouble seeing the mouse. And, he's older. It's fine. He's like 78. Anyway, so she made the mouse as big as it could go. And it's huge on the screen. He's like, the mouse is a little big. Can you make it smaller? And I'm like, sure, it's easy to do. I'll show you exactly how to do it. He's like, no, just do it. It's like, for fuck's sakes. Learn technology. It's great. It makes your life easier. Trust me. He finally has a cell phone now. So... anyway, yeah, so I reduced the size of his cursor so it looks a little bit more... it's less obtrusive, put it that way. So I just don't understand old people in technology. Like, for fuck's sakes, if I ever get that old where something new technologically wise come out and I'm like, just shoot me. Because as it is now, I'm like 50 and I'm into like VR, I'm into like 3D TV. Well, 3D TV is old technology now. But you know what I mean? Like, I like that kind of cutting edge stuff. So if I ever get to the point where I can't figure it out, it's time to put me out to pasture. Like, just take me around the back of the barn, put a bullet in my brain, because I've outlived my usefulness at that point. And there's more technology coming. If I do live to be another 50 years from now, which, like Melissa said, there's going to be a lot more new technology in 50 years. So I just don't understand old people. I mean, it goes back to the 80s when people had VCRs and it kept flashing 12 and parents didn't understand, or grandparents didn't know how to understand how to use a fucking VCR. It's a VCR. It's pretty simple. Like my phone just gave me an alert. I'm down to 20% battery life, so just saying. Anyway. Trekyards, good question, I think. If there was any book you do not have but wish you did, what would it be? The Orville book. Easily. I can't think of another book. I usually buy the books that I want, so I've got a ton, obviously. And I'm one of those people that always thought I was easy to buy for because you know what I like. I always say, oh, I would love that, or oh, I would love that, or oh, I would love that. And I always get the comment, oh, you're really hard to buy for. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm really not. I haven't been my entire life. It's super easy to buy for me. And then it's like, then I realized, no, it's not, because I buy everything that I want for myself, pretty much. So that's a whole story with Sylvia. But anyway, like, I'm not allowed to buy anything from now till Christmas, put it that way, because she would buy me something thinking I'd really enjoy it. And then she'd bring it home and I'd be like, hey, look at this awesome thing I bought, this game. And she'd be like, are you fucking serious right now? And she'd go into her purse or down wherever she hides shit, I don't know, and pull it out and be like, this is the very same thing I bought you for Christmas? So there's a new rule. I can't buy anything from like middle of October till Christmas for myself, because I always fuck it up. So anyhow, Mr. Cap 93, I hate new tech. Everyone knows tech peaked in the 80s. Big brick phones. Hell yeah. Lipa says, by that time, it will probably be all mind controlled with a chip in our heads. Just think about what you want and do, and it gets done. Possibly. SC Scout Guy, I'm 43 and I find myself not wanting to deal with new stuff. Like I don't have Instagram or Twitter, not because I don't understand them. I just have no desire to participate in that. Yes, and I find a lot of people are like that as well. I didn't want Twitter for the longest time. Twitter and Reddit are a fucking cesspool. I didn't want Twitter. I ended up having to sign up for Twitter because of Trekyards and marketing, promotion, talking to the show creators, stuff like that. It's kind of a necessity in my world. I love Facebook, but Facebook is for old people. The kids don't like Facebook these days because Facebook's for old people. Sure. Instagram, all my shit that I post on Facebook automatically gets put on Instagram. So some people comment on my Facebook posts on Instagram. Fine, whatever, that's fine. I even have Snapchat because me and Cassie Snapchat all the time. My youngest daughter Cassie is currently in Cuba. Where the fuck is she? She just went on a trip with her boyfriend. She arrived today and she FaceTimed me and showed me her hotel room, their hotel room that they got, or the resort room with a walkout pool and all that shit. Showed me all that today. But I get Snapchat because of her, because I always send her funny little Snapchats during the day. She sends me them. My neighbor across the street has Snapchat, so I'll like see him sitting out front and I'll be like, hey dude, there's a homeless man sitting on your front porch. You might want to kick him out. You know, I use Snapchat for that. But Snapchat is really a little bit, I shouldn't have Snapchat at 50. Let's put it that way. But I do. And I'm opposed to a lot of new things as well. It's like, well, get off my lawn. But eventually I'll end up adopting it generally. So, it is what it is, right? It's not that I don't know how to use it. I just don't want to. Like you said, that's like the thing that'll stop me is just me not wanting to, right? So, Trekyards, did you get a chance to look at your Egypt stamps? That pack is bloody cool. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Egypt stamps. Top secret document for Trekyards. I did look at them, yes. It is cool. Here's the stamps that Trekyards sent me. Egyptian stamps. I'm a huge Egyptologist, or, well, I guess, I mean, I know a lot about ancient Egypt. I love it. So I'm technically a Sherlockian scholar. Sorry, oh my God, start it again. Sherlockian scholar, because I know not as much as I can about Sherlock Holmes. An Egyptologist, because I love ancient Egypt, and also a Ripperologist, because I've studied the Ripper case. Anyway, yes, there are the stamps. Yes, I have looked at them. Yes, they are extremely cool. There's also these ones of King Tutankhamun. There's different ways to say King Tut. Anyway, his tomb. So, yes, Fleet Pot. The answer is an emphatic, absolute, positive yes. And they're right here, right by my side, because they haven't found their way over to the ancient Egypt section of the bookcase yet, which they will when I do the shelf by shelf on it, probably. There's a few things sitting here that are newer acquisitions. So, but yeah, ancient Egypt stuff up there. There's a bunch over here as well. You would see King Tut right there. I also got a sarcophagus right there. There's also a bunch of stuff over on that shelf. Ancient Egypt for the win. Yes, Twitter, X, and Facebook. Twatter X and Feckbook. All right, there you go. Yeah, it is Twitter, by the way. It will never be X. think Elon Musk is a fucking moron for changing its name to X. That is the stupidest fucking goddamn thing I've ever heard. It is Twitter. It will always be Twitter, and many people are on my side on that one. You send a tweet, you don't send an X. If it's a longer tweet, but on X, would you call it an Xticle? I don't know. No is the answer. It's Twitter. It's still Twitter. Just with a fucking X now, apparently, for some fucking dumb reason. You know, engineers, they love to change things. Fleetpaw. Twitter is fucking hilarious. Watching people melt down about the stupidest things is fucking the highlight of entertainment. No, it's not. It's frustrating and infuriating more often than not. I don't find it enjoyable at all to watch people be fucking trolls and be assholes. So the only reason I got Snapchat was because my ex wanted spicy pics to get her through the day. I think I sent maybe 2. Gross. Checking out Game of Thrones has the map, which is cool. Yes. Okay, Lola Bean. The licking sound is gross, okay? Don't growl at me. She's not growling, she's just like breathing funny because she's a pug. Melissa says, for my 75th birthday, went on San Francisco Bay buffet cruise and watched the Blue Angels kick ass over the bay. Great food, fun. Gotta get over the number 50. No big deal. I know. I am not one of those people that, oh, I'm 50, I'm old. Because I fucking feel like I'm in my 20s. So I think once you think you're old, then you're old. And I definitely don't think I'm old. But everybody's like, oh, you're 50 now. And it's like, would you please stop fucking saying that? You're the reason that people die, because you tell them that they're fucking old. You tell people that they're old when they don't think that they're old, and then all of a sudden they start thinking that they're old, and then they get fucking old. So shut the fuck up about my age. I know I said it this live. I apologize. But still, I'm surprised I made it to 50. Let's put it that way, with the stupid shit I've done in my life. And I assume the 75th birthday was the one you had a few days ago. So happy birthday, Melissa. Sounds like a fantastic birthday. Hope you had a great time. Fleetpaw, does that make me a proctologist because I deal with assholes quite often? Not you or anyone we know. Well, you're moderator of 2 of my groups at least. Beam Me Up Hottie and Trekyards. And yeah, we do get a lot of assholes in each of them. So yeah, I guess you're a proctologist. I'm a gynecologist. At least for Sylvia. Is that too much? Yeah, it's TMI. I'll stop now. SC Scout Guy, I do miss AOL Instant Messenger sometimes. Or ICQ. Remember ICQ? Oh. Every time you got a new message. Oh. Yep. Those were the days, I tell you what. Fleetpaw says, I miss the Yahoo chat rooms. ASL, anyone? Trekyards says, I miss VHS, that smooth intake and rewind. Wow. There's a guy I watch on TikTok. There's a guy I watch on TikTok who, Matt McCarthy is his name, the Video Garage, and this whole year he's been doing a videotape a day, like of old videotapes that he's found in, antiques, or not antique sales, but like estate sales and stuff like that. And he loves the commercials in them, so he goes through and he's done a tape every day this whole year. And since we're in October, he's doing like spooky tapes. So he focuses on the shows that are on there as well as the commercials. And he gets kind of annoyed when people cut out the commercials. But if you love VHS stuff, I'd suggest checking him out. Video Garage or Matt McCarthy on TikTok. I think you'll really enjoy them if you love VHS. So also on YouTube, there's a YouTuber by the name of Brutal Moose who does VHS reviews like that also, where he goes through old VHS tapes that people have taped and looks for the hidden gems like the commercials and stuff like that. So, and CRTs were cool. Fucking Clippy in Word. Yeah, Clippy. I remember Clippy. That's where Badgie came from. War God 6. I missed the window live winks. Mr. Captain 93. Going to Blockbuster on a Friday night. That was awesome. Hell yeah. I used to work at a Blockbuster. I was an assistant manager at a Blockbuster. The Blockbuster in Stratford, to be exact. I was the assistant manager there for a few years. And we had a fucking blast in there at night, man. Me and my buddy Mike, who worked with me, we would get into so much trouble when the store was empty. It was not even funny. Fun times though, and you get to put on anything on the TV, pretty much. And yeah, it was a good job. It was fun. I enjoyed working at Blockbuster. Trek or not, yeah. Mr. Captain 93. I miss the old nights going to the video store and renting a VHS and grabbing some snacks, etc. Yeah, we rent like a video game, a couple of movies, get a bunch of snacks. Hell yeah. It was the golden age, I tell you what. Back in my day. Listen here, Sonny. I don't know. It felt like an activity then, not so much now. Fleet Paw. Recording things okay. The V8, the VCR, and running to pee and hearing, hurry, it's back on. Yeah. SC Scout Guy. I have an old CRT console TV and VCR. I tried to get my son and nephew to watch Star Wars on it, and they didn't last 10 minutes before declaring it horrible and unwatchable. Then fuck those guys. I'm sorry to your nephew, but respect the elderly and the things we grew up with. Those were better days, better times back then. Indeed. I'm still waiting for flying cars, though. But considering that people are all assholes now, I don't know if I want people to have the ability to have flying cars. So, anyway. I gotta check something. Hold on here. All right, we're still good for a little bit. Trek or not. It is a pity with TNG, though, that it's the wrong screen ratio for modern TVs. Black bars galore. It's funny, my Samsung TV has a crop to fit mode, which turns 4:3 into widescreen. It doesn't squash, it squashes a tad. You don't even really notice. But it gets rid of the black bars and it looks really good. It sure does cut off some at the top and bottom, but it looks actually really good. I used to use it all the time. I don't use it anymore. I don't mind 4:3. Fun fact though, if they remaster when they remaster DS9, not that I know anything, but when they remaster DS9, it will be in widescreen because they filmed it in that format. And they might have to remove the odd like light Polish stuff, but they tried to frame it for 16:9 like widescreen. So if we get when we get a remaster of Deep Space Nine, it will be glorious to behold because it'll be like watching a brand new show. You're gonna know the stuff you never noticed before, and that's gonna be pretty awesome. So, yeah. Mr. Captain 93, the old Star Trek VHS box set that was made for Enterprise on one side and Space Scene on the other. Yeah, I have that. And then they added Star Trek 6, and it's like they didn't account for that in the original framing of it. So it's like then Star Trek 6 is there with the little curve of the planet in black, and the Enterprise is offset instead of centered. Yeah, I got that. I got a few copies of that actually. Fleet Paw, Swiftback, flip phones for that satisfying snap sound when you get pissed off and slam your phone shut on people. Yep. Trek or not, is DS9 good for a 4K transfer? Imagine it with HDR. The colors would be insane. SC Scout Guy, last year I went to an estate sale and had records for $1 each. I found a box full of Laserdisc movies. I ended up with buying 79 Laserdisc movies for $50. I need to hook up my player and watch them. I never had a Laserdisc player, but I do have some. I have one Laserdisc movie, and that's Star Trek: The Motion Picture, and it's actually two laser. It's not Laserdiscs. It's well, they are Laserdiscs, but they're in the case, and the case gets inserted into the player. Yeah, they're beautiful to behold. Like the front and back have such great artwork on them, and it's such a big canvas for it. Like it looks really good. I found those at an antique store, and I think they were like $5. I'll never watch it. I'll never watch it. If I find a machine that can, I'll definitely check it out, but I'll never watch it. And where the fuck are those, by the way? Oh, they're downstairs. They're downstairs with my other stuff. But yeah, pretty cool. I think I did a video on them at the time when I bought them, so. War God 6, Elon Musk self-driving cabs. I don't trust AI, and I never will. I've never been able to forgive it for the death of my boy. And the world. Skynet, anyone? Anyway, no, sorry. Only as smart as other drivers on the road, and have you seen how people drive? No thanks. I don't trust Elon. First Twitter, now Skynet. No thanks. Skynet reference. It'll be fine when all the cars are automated and they communicate with each other, so the cars know that, and they'll stop accordingly. Can you trust it 100%? No. Can you trust humans 100%? No, absolutely not. Can you trust humans interacting with AI on the road? That's a bigger fucking problem. But once you get to the point where all the cars can be controlled and they stay the same distance from each other and all that, it'll be perfectly safe and it'll be great. We'll get there eventually. And by that point, we won't need cars anymore. So, Melissa says, I love the night and full moon. Maybe it's a Libra thing. Yeah, well, it's a full moon tomorrow, it says, according to the thing I looked up earlier. But yeah, definitely a beautiful moon out there. So, and look, astrology stuff. Is that why you said it? Is astrology stuff. That's one of Sylvia's blankets. So. It's a little bit chilly here tonight, though. It's supposed to get up to like really nice temperatures this weekend, but tonight's really chilly. So, Mr. Captain 93, remember the high definition video disc wars, HD DVD versus Blu-ray? They had nothing on the beta versus VHS battle. It's funny. Stop. Because beta was in fact better quality, smaller size. It was just better. Didn't win. VHS won. Same with high definition DVD. HD DVD was superior. Blu-ray still won out though. Would you stop? Go lay down. Anyway, Melissa says, I hear the new Camaros are not so good. Is that true? Yes, no. Not so good compared to what, though? I mean, they got kind of ugly the last little bit here, so yeah. I've heard that too, but I hear it from Mustang owners, so I don't believe it. I don't know. I don't know is the answer. Fleetpaw, hi, I'm Johnny Cab. Yeah. War God 6, I'm worried self-driving cars will get hacked. I mean, yes. Cars nowadays with people in them get carjacked, right? So it's going to happen. Absolutely, 100%. Mr. Captain 93, roads, where we're going. We don't need roads. Trekyards, Johnny Cab, we hope you enjoyed the ride. Fleetpaw, I don't trust the self-driving cabs. They make very bad decisions when it comes to traffic. One made a turn and wound up wedged under a semi-trailer. Fun. I don't like self-driving cabs. They're rough and coarse and irritating. And they drive everywhere. I don't trust anything that doesn't have an option for me to change gears myself. Bring back 5 6-speed stick shifts. Yeah, there's nothing like driving a fucking manual, I'll tell you what. It can get annoying at times, especially in the city or in heavy traffic or on a fucking hill, but it's still the way to drive a vehicle. So, anyway, I've prattled on long enough. I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight, guys. I'd like to thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your time here. The one person that asked me to do this live never showed up. So thank you to you guys. Thank you. Special thank you to Melissa for the super chat. That is amazing. Really appreciate that. Means the world to me, especially this month. It's been a rough month, as I said. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, all you guys are awesome. I am not stopping my late night lives. Like I said, somebody messaged me earlier and said, so our late night live is not a thing anymore? It's like, no, there's still a thing. I've just been busy with other stuff. I want to play Helldivers with my friends and do shit like that. So I just haven't been doing these. And I've been beating myself up about it. Because it's like, should I do a live? Well, no, I think I do something else. So that's a whole other situation. I don't want to get into it. But yes, the lives are not going anywhere. I'll still be doing late night lives. I'll still be doing these lives where I chat with you guys, hang out with you. You're all fantastic. And don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm always here. And you can see me live on Trekyards not most nights, a couple nights a week. If you're really that desperate for your Captain Foley fix. Captain Foley shot in the arm. So anyway, I'm around. I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. So I should probably do more lives like this, but I just need to find the time and the desire to do them again. And yeah, like I said, I'm feeling like myself or doing anything that I enjoy. So just in a slump lately, and that's one of the reasons for no lives. So, but anyway, I'm gonna call it there, guys. So thank you. Have a good night, and I will see you guys in the future. You guys rock, especially you. You're amazing, whoever you are. Bye, guys. Until the next one, folks. Yes. Listen to Fleet Paw, you listen. Yes. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Oh, my God.